Hey everybody, I'm Alan Nazar, film and TV composer, and also the proud CEO of TrackTrove.ai. We are super excited over at TrackTrove. Our amazing coding team in the Czech Republic has been working around the clock to get our composer beta going. And we are all set, beginning with composer onboarding. Some of the exclusive beta invitations have gone out already, more to come. If you're watching this and you haven't signed up for our beta waitlist, you can head over to TrackTrove.ai to get signed up. If you have received your beta invitation, like I have, then you're all set to go. I am ready to get onboarded as a composer, and I thought I'd make this little video just to show folks how it works and give you some tips as we go along. First of all, get a folder of tracks ready that you would like to see placed with production music labels. There's a maximum of 250, a minimum of 10 for AI matching. But it's basically any material you've written specifically for production music usage that you want to get placed over at labels. It's also stuff that you have lying around, perhaps music you've just made for the fun of it that you'd love to see placed. Also, anything you've done for TV, film, streaming projects that you own and control and you'd like to see used in a different way. All the quality material you have. Labels I'm speaking to about 40 labels regarding the whole process, and what they really want is quality. So just make sure you get your quality stuff up as soon as possible. So when our first round of briefs hit in a couple months, when we onboard labels, you will benefit. Anyway, I'm going to share my screen and show you through the onboarding process. Here's my email invitation. When you're all set to go, you just click on accept beta invitation and join. Welcome to TrackTrove.ai. So we're going to get my profile and uploads done. So continue. Okay, you're going to create your password. I use Dashlane, but any password generator that you use is totally fine. First and last name. Agree to terms and conditions and privacy policy. Again, if you want to take a look at these, just click on the links. We are very, very conscious of looking after all of your data very carefully. And I want to assure you that although this is an AI site, it will not be used for AI generated music. We are firmly against AI generated music. This is a wonderful use of AI to connect human composers and production music labels. Some use of AI tools is okay if there's a human composer as the boss on everything, but please, no AI generated music. We will ban you from the site if you upload any. Okay, what's next? Upload my tracks. So I have a folder ready. It's actually some music from a podcast that I wrote music for that I own, and I'd love to see the music used elsewhere. So looking for a label to place it. Unreleased tracks only, not signed to any other companies. In other words, if another label has the rights, we don't want it up here. Original music, not AI generated, legally cleared samples. You are the sole composer and author, no co-writers or public domain content. We only want exclusive tracks, just as most of the top labels out there only represent exclusive material. So you can drag and drop in your stereo mixes or click to browse. I have a folder ready here of 10 tracks. As I said, you can go as high as 250 tracks, minimum of 10 to be eligible for AI matching. Here are my tracks, confirming they're unreleased and so on, not AI generated, samples, everything we discussed before. Click on the upload button. The upload is generally pretty quick, dependent on, of course, your own internet speed, but you can see it zooms along pretty quickly. So continue on now. So here are some of the really cool features. We want track names, okay? And I had some MP3 data in there already with track names, which it placed, but I want to rename them and I'm going to let AI choose my working title for all the tracks. The AI is actually really good at coming up with titles based on the audio. It's incredible. If you don't like them, you can always change them, but I do recommend you try this AI naming. We also have a checkbox here for I have stems for all tracks. Now, we do not require you upload stems, but as I think most of you know, most of the labels out there are definitely going to want stems if they do a deal with you. So we have this information available so that labels can see if stems are available. If you don't have stems, I recommend you do look into another thing AI is very good at is creating stems from tracks. As long as you have a way to make stems available if a label's interested, then you are good. Doing a little save there. And it's so cool because I know from what goes on the back end, these tracks are all going to begin analysis with the AI. It's looking at all the audio and working its magic. So we're now going to complete some additional profile steps. Now, just to be clear, the profile information is not public. It's only shown to labels if they love one of your tracks and they express an interest. You can always edit it later in your profile if you want, but take some time to make your profile as impressive as possible, as labels will look at that if they really love your music. Any pseudonyms? Believe it or not, I have a pseudonym from 25 years ago, Stephen Lucas. Who knew? I combined Steven Spielberg and George Lucas into one name at one point. And I have a couple tracks out there which are written under that pseudonym. So I'm going to add that. And I don't want Stephen Lucas displayed on my tracks. If anybody discovers my music, I want them to discover Alan Lazar. So that's the name I'm going to put here. And where are you based? I'm based in the United States. This information is helpful for local labels, particularly if they're looking for a certain type of regional music, for instance. It may be important to them as well. And also just to figure out what time zone to contact you if they're interested. Connect your online presence. What can I add here? I'll add my website, alanazar.com, and I'm going to add LinkedIn as well. If I can get to it. Let's see, LinkedIn. Let's find my LinkedIn profile. Okay, there's my URL for my LinkedIn. Put that in there. You can add anything you want, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, as many as you want. I would definitely recommend the more you add, the better, just because labels can really get a sense of you when they discover your music. Continue on. I'm definitely aligned with the PRO, BMI. And you can add multiple if you happen to have split PROs across a number of countries, which some folks do. Again, this information is often requested by labels when they're looking at bringing someone on board, which is why we included it. And then tell your story. We want some bio information. I'm actually going to go to my website and just copy the bio from there. It's kind of the easiest thing to do, right? So here's my personal bio. And going to copy it into the bio. Again, later you can always adjust this if you want. And add a profile picture. I think I have some lying around on my very messy desktop. Let's have a look. Alan Lazar headshots. Okay, what can I pull in? We'll only take one that is less than 10 megabytes. Aha. So you can move it. It's so cool the way that our coders did this. You can, if you want, make it smaller like this and crop it exactly the way you want it to be shown. Cool. And continue on. Okay, contact number. Now, again, we don't display this publicly anywhere. If a label really likes your material and wants to get in touch with you and unlocks you, they will then be able to get your email and your phone number. So we do highly recommend having this in your profile. Again, it's not public. It's just for labels to get in touch with you real easy when they want. Yay, I'm all set. I'm a composer on TrackTrove. Complete setup. Cool, I'm on my dashboard. So let's have a look at my dashboard. Yeah, looking pretty cool. You can see my profile info is all over here. And I can edit this if I want by going to settings. I can edit that information anytime. And again, I do really recommend take some time making your profile as strong as it can be. Okay, my tracks are being processed. That means that the AI is busy analyzing all of the audio. It takes anywhere from a few minutes to a couple of hours, dependent on how many folks are on there. You will get an email when your tracks have been processed. Okay, so you can see the first track has been processed. Oh, a bunch of them have suddenly processed. Okay, it is named this track Dramedy Dance of the Shadows. Dramedy Dance of the Shadows is actually a really good name for it, and the AI came up with that. If you do not like the names that the AI has come up with, you can edit them real easy. You just click on edit name and type in your new name there. So easy to do. But the thing is, if you have a bunch of tracks in here and say you get a deal for some of those tracks elsewhere, you can always just make it inactive real easily. You can also delete the track permanently anytime you want. It's all real easy to change. So that's it. I am set. My tracks are eligible for matching when label briefs start coming through. As you go through the whole process of onboarding, please reach out if you have any issues or any questions. That's what the beta is for. Team at TrackTrove.ai, and we'll get you sorted. If you need any help, we are very excited to get everyone on board. It's just thrilling as a composer to see this come together because as a composer, I know how tough it can be getting your work out there. And the fact that AI can be used in this wonderful way to connect folks with labels is just really great. Cool. Have fun. Bye.